Hello, welcome back. I'm Jaydeep Abhishek De Silva, an undergraduate of the JAM Institute for Advanced Technology. Welcome back with the question series of Database Management System 1, and today I'm here with the question set number 37. And in this question set, we're gonna continue the same database named RLA Shoe Center. So then as the first question, which of the users registered with the shop is living in Kurunagala? Create a view for this, do not use the graphical method for that. And then as the second question, update the query statement required to get user ID, first name, last name information in the view created above. And then as a third question, create a view to see all the GRN, must include GRN ID, GRN date and provide a name. It is not necessary to enter the details of the items purchased here. Use the name of this view as GRN view. Do not use the graphical method to create this view. And also as the last question, the GRN view you created above includes the details of all GRN purchased items and rearrange this view. In this view, it is sufficient to display GRN ID, GRN date, first name, last name, product name, quantity, unit price, and also selling price. So then let's move to SQL software. So then let's create the view by using the keyword called create view. And then inside the grievance mark, let's give the name of the view as Kurunagala view, and then we use the as keyword and then the select, as we have to obtain the details of the users who lives in Kurunagala. So then select all from the user table, and then we have to use an inner join as the city table or the Kurunagala is stored in the city table, so we have to obtain information from the city table, and the city table is joined with the address table and address table is joined with the user table. So then we have to inner join the address table on user table dot the address ID equals to address table dot the address ID, and then we can again use an inner join here, and let's join the city table. We use the on keyword and address table dot the city ID equals to city table dot the city ID, and then we can use the where clause here, and inside the grievance mark we give the city name equals to inside the single quotation mark Kurunagala, and then at last the semicolon. So then let's execute this query. So then refresh the page and let's see, here is our Kurunagala view that we have created. Let's move to data, and as we can see our data has stored in the view that we have created. So then let's move to the next question, and they tells to update the query statement required to get user ID, first name, last name information in the view that we have created. So then here we have to update the view that we have created. We can use the keyword create or replace view, and we have to give the view name as Kurunagala view, and then you give the as keyword and then select. Here we have to specify the relevant column names that we use to obtain. You have to obtain the user ID, comma, inside the grievance mark we give the first name, and then comma, inside the grievance mark we need the last name, and then after that we use the from keyword, and we need to obtain this information from the user table, and we use the inner join here to join the address table and the city table. So then let's join the address table at first. Address table, we use the on keyword and user table dot the address ID equals to address table dot the address ID, and then we can again use the inner join to join the city table, and then we use the on keyword here and address table dot the city ID equals to the city table dot the city ID, and then we can give the where clause at last, and inside the grievance mark we give the city name equals to inside the single quotation mark Kurunagala, and then at last a semicolon. So then let's execute this query. So then let's move to the data of the Kurunagala view. So here we have obtained the user ID, first name and last name, and stored those information in the Kurunagara view that we have created. So then let's move to the third question, and there it tells to create a view to see all GRN and must include GRN ID, GRN date and provide a name. When we have to use GRN view as the name of the view, so then let's create the view, create view, and then we use the grievance center mark and give the name of the view as GRN view here, and then we use the as keyword and then select. Inside the grievance mark we specify the relevant columns as we need to obtain the GRN ID, GRN date and let's provide a name. So then let's specify the columns GRN ID, comma, and again inside the grievance mark we give the GRN date, comma, and again inside the grievance mark we give the first name, and we use the from keyword here, and then we need to obtain this information from the GRN table, and then we use an inner join to join the user table, and then user table on GRN table dot user ID equals to the user table dot user ID, and then we can use a semicolon here as we need to obtain all information. So then let's execute this query. So then let's refresh this page. Here we have created a GRN view, and let's move to the data of that, and here we have obtained the GRN ID, GRN date and first name as the data is stored in the GRN view. So then let's move to the last question, and there it tells to update the view that they have created, and it should display the GRN ID, GRN date, first name, last name, product name, and also the quantity, unit price and selling price. So then let's update the GRN view. So then we can use the keyword create or replace, and then the view. After that the view name as GRN view, we use the as keyword and then select. We need to obtain the GRN ID, and then comma inside the grievance mark we need to obtain the GRN date, comma inside the grievance mark we need to obtain the first name, comma inside the grievance mark we need to obtain the last name, and then again we need to obtain the product name also, and after that again inside the grievance mark we need to obtain the quantity, comma inside the grievance mark the unit price, again inside the grievance mark the selling price, and then we use the from keyword here. We need to obtain this information from the GRN table, and we use the inner join as we need to join the user table and also the product table. So then let's join the user table. We can use the on keyword here, and GRN table dot the user ID equals to user table dot the user ID, and then we can use an inner join again, and then we can join the GRN item table as it contains the quantity, unit price and also selling price, and after that we can use the on keyword here, and GRN table dot GRN ID equals to GRN item table dot GRN ID, and then we can again use the inner join and let's join the product table, and we can use the on keyword here, and then we can give the product table dot the GRN item ID equals to GRN item table dot GRN item ID, and then at last we can give the semicolon. So then let's execute this query and then let's refresh, and let's move to the GRN view and data, and here we can see the GRN ID, GRN date, first name, last name, product name, quantity, unit price and also selling price have stored in the GRN view that we have created. So in the question set number 37 we discuss about the creation of a view and the updating part of the view. So then let's meet with the next video, and bye for now.